Two brand new websites to introduce you to. One of them is going to be really useful for you when you get into the business world. Possibly when you get into college, some of you may find it useful. And the other one will definitely be useful for college. In fact, my seniors from last year, I've already received some emails over the summer and in the last couple weeks since school is just getting started for them in college, asking me what this particular website was. Can I have that link again? What was the name of that site that we used? Because this is it's an essay editor, it's free, and it helps you analyze the problems, the surface problems mainly, not just those, but mainly those, and it helps you self-analyze, self-edit, and fix up your writing without a teacher present. So it's really useful. My shared Google Doc there. Here is my PDF of what we're doing. It's called the SAS Curriculum Pathways is where we're headed, but I need to teach you how to use the website. And instead of me pulling it up here, because it's really small, it would be really tedious, especially for those of you way over by the wall, to see what I'm doing. What I'm going to be able to do is have you log in, join my meeting. I'm going to give you the part of my computer screen. So you'll just sit there and watch as I work through a revision of an essay. Using a sample paper I'm going to pop in there and show you as you're sitting at your own screen. I'll show you how it works, which specific categories I want you to focus on in your essay. And ultimately what you'll do by the end of, before the end of class, this won't take me probably 20 or 30 minutes at the most, you'll put your academic summary into the system and run it through and look for specific errors like repetition. That's one of the features that it will highlight how many times you've used all kinds of different words. And you can decide, well, do I really need to say this name 18 times, or can I use pronouns instead? So I'll show you what the program will do. But to do that, I need to get you logged into join.me so you can join my meeting, and I can show you, so you're sitting right in front of a computer screen and you can watch me do it live. So that's what our plan is. So we're going to go to the Freshman Center, and we'll spend the rest of the day there. So, welcome to my meeting. Welcome to my meeting. It's an online meeting. You are looking at my screen, and I'm going to give you guys an online tutorial so you have an up-close and personal look. Instead of me pulling it up on the screen, like I said, you can actually see it. And stay off the chat. Chatting, although that's possible. Stay off the chat. No chatting. Absolutely none. That's done. Close the chat box. There is a chat box, clearly. So you are not going to in this meeting, but it is a feature of this website. You do not need to chat in this meeting because I will be talking. That now what it says is copy and paste or type my working draft. I'm going to copy and paste it. Over here in the side, the important information, don't exceed 5,000 words. That's not usually an issue, right? Well, okay. You can use it multiple times if you have a really lengthy, if you're doing a dissertation, sure. You can use it multiple times, but for you, you won't need to worry about that. The main thing here that you need to know, this bullet down here that I'm highlighting, encircling, separate paragraphs with a blank line. That way it knows where your paragraphs are, because there is a feature that has you analyze your introduction and then your body paragraphs and your conclusion, and it needs to know which is which. So you have to separate those with a blank line. And it doesn't have a spell check in it, and you'll notice the sample that I pull in has errors, has some spelling errors, but it has some usage errors, and it doesn't identify those. It also doesn't take crazy fonts. I haven't had any trouble with the fonts that I use, the standard fonts, so just be aware. If you have a scientific paper, for instance, and you have some formulas and things, you might have some issues there. So what you want to do is go get your academic summary. This is a real paper from years past. I'm just going to copy it, paste it, and I'm going to get rid of the heading. I don't need any of this. And I'm going to get rid of the title too. And just pull that to the top. Now I want to make sure that all the paragraphs have a space, and they do seem to have a space between them. Right now I just need to click next down here. What it's doing right now is analyzing. Brought up all these statistics. If you are, especially you guys, if you follow sports, you're all about the statistics, right? Well, here's statistics about your writing. These numbers aren't necessarily good. They're not necessarily bad. It just depends on what we're looking at. So we have 580 words in this summary, 39 sentences, 9 paragraphs. Average sentence length is 15. That's actually pretty short for a senior writer. Typically, and we'll see this in another place, it's going to tell us average sentence length for most writers should be around 15 to 20. A lot of you will put your essays in and find that you have 20 or more words per sentence, and that's good. Short sentences are not bad, but if you have a lot of short sentences, it's copy. And it reads a little bit more elementary style. So 15's on the low side. We have areas of possible wordiness, economy, variety, clarity. These are the things that we are going to focus on. Wordiness, I'll click on that first. This other way. Okay, wordiness. Up here in the top right, you can see your little action key. And if I want to know what wordiness is, I can click on the yellowed out word here, so it will bring up a box and show me samples of wordy structure. Here is a sentence that is wordy. I think that you should chew with your mouth closed. It's better to say you should chew with your mouth closed. Okay? We don't need those words because it's implied. Here's another example of redundancy. We've now reached a consensus of opinion about which sentence is more direct. Well, a consensus of opinion it's redundant, so we can just pick one. We can just say a consensus. And then here's a sentence that can be trimmed. I drove my truck today for the purpose of helping you clean out your gym locker. We don't need to say for the purpose of, we can just say to help. So that's, if we're ever concerned about what wordiness means, we can look for the example box. All of these have an example box that opens up, so I won't open all of those for you. Let's find wordiness in this particular essay. If I click on that, it highlights areas of possible wordiness. You could disagree, it's your essay, and it's only picking up phrases that are potentially wordy, words and phrases. As I scroll down, you can see, at this point in time, she began to think, well, yes, that's wordy. I should get rid of that problem. Very, how very far she had come. That's a stylistic choice. Do I really want to say very there? Maybe I do. I'm the writer. I can decide if that's a wordy issue or not. I've got another word, very, here. Frodo is a very playful chimp. Do I want that qualifier? Maybe I do. So I'm the one who ultimately decides as the writer what is wordy, what is not, and I should probably get rid of some of these problems at this point in time. It seemed like Fifi was waiting for her baby to return back home. I can edit it right here in the text. Just hit backspace there. So, and that's important. You can change it right here because your statistics will change. You'll have a comparison statistic box that comes up at the end once we've made some changes. Due to the fact that is really wordy, I really don't like that construction. And head back home. After seeing a Jane, we have to call it a day and head back home. That sentence needs help anyway, but how about, instead of due to the fact that, what's a good replacement word for that?
Because.
Yeah, let's just put because. And then when you are finished, way down at the bottom, everyone look at your screen. Way down that I'm circling, see where I'm circling? What am I circling?
Finish.
Finish. That's really hard to find, that's why I'm focused on it right now. It's teeny tiny, way down there. Click on that. My name pops in, the class, this is Advanced Comp G3. And I can put comments in there if I want to. I want to collect the statistics, and I want that to be emailed to me. And so it says to get a record of your current statistics, go to the working draft, go back here. Close this, go to the working draft, select tools, statistics. Okay, and it got those for me. And then we'll pick it up from there, and I won't get into what we'll do next yet with it. So today I want you to just get into the program, edit, make a lot of good edits, and email it to yourself, and then make sure it's in your Gmail. And if you want to, you can save it in your Google Docs. We're going to eventually send it into that and into Word. But down, just get it into your